Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Welcome back, you goobers. You're here on the B stream with Launders and I for the final best of 3 of the day, at least for us, and then we get to take a bit of a break. It's NRG versus fnatic. I think this one could actually be, of the 2 series we got, the better.
I thought, yeah, I thought they were both going to be fantastic. The last one was a bit of a sloucher. At least kind of FaZe finished it in 2, which is good for them. But this one should be very close. NRG, again, hot off their 16-0 versus NRG or versus North yesterday. They looked great. And we're looking at the today's matches. Tyloo 2-0ing Panda, and North barely losing versus NIP, I think.
Yeah,
that was like an insane.
It was very similar to the NIP Fnatic series that we got yesterday, right? Like really close back and forth. But
that was crazy. That was an overtime, 2 16-14s.
Yeah, they literally played past the distance.
Yeah, so good for, I guess, NIP that they were able to pull that one out. And this one should be a banger. This one should be definitely a really, really good match. It's not really an underdog story per se here. Both teams, I think, are vying for a position of who's going to be more consistent.
Yep.
And I actually don't have a prediction for who's going to win.
I'm going to go with NRG.
NRG?
Personally, yeah. I just feel I feel like, NRG, when you see them, when they have failed historically, it kind of tends to be at like a tipping point, right? Like we saw when they went to the Face It Miners and fell short, losing out to E United. It was a bit of a shocker. They were considered at that point even a top 10 team in the world. They had their IEM Shanghai victory. So that was a disappointment. Then we had the most previous major. They 3-0 the first new challenger stage. We're thinking, all right, no longer will they choke. They get to the second stage and then flat out 0-3, losing to Complexity, for elimination. So now we're back, I think, into like the regular games. It's all back into we're into the season. It's the tournament circuit that NRG have been performing well at. And yesterday's performance versus North was stellar. They did lose a map. Don't forget that. So I think there's definitely room for improvement still. And I think there's room for Fnatic to just turn this on its head. But I just have to vie with NRG because they've been more consistent despite their new addition of Tarek, of course.
This is actually a pretty good veto. There's a smart for NRG, I think, to take out Mirage, one of Fnatic's strongest map, probably their strongest map, period.
Yeah.
Dust 2 in there means I think NRG have a distinct advantage in the series overall. Nuke pick is also going to be very strong for them. Honestly, feeling like maybe a 2-1 in favor of NRG based on the veto, just because of the last 2 maps. Cash is a pretty strong pick for Fnatic. This could be good, but with not being able to play Mirage, that's a map that they normally would have the liberty of playing versus most teams.
Right.
But NRG's map pool is strong enough that they don't have to.
100%. I do think that Cash might actually be a little more difficult than usual for the reason that they've lost Fugly. And I think Fugly as an individual is an incredible Cash player in and of itself. He's a really good site anchor, locks down quad all too often. And it'll be curious to see how Tarek slots into said positions instead. So it's a fresh-faced NRG that I'm excited to keep our eyes on. But if this is going to be an NRG victory in the series, I agree. It's going to have to come 2-1 after a potential loss on Cash.
Yeah, so the series might begin and end on this first map. Here is the wonderful Fnatic lineup.
We saw Crims earlier today, you and I.
Yes, he didn't have a hat on.
Nope. He did still have a beard.
He did still have the beard, yes. He didn't take that off and put that back on.
Yeah, he sticks out at a crowd. We were walking through the mall. I turned to my left, and boom, there he was.
Boom. Bang.
Just hanging out, looking cool as he does. Still one of my favorite Counter-Strike tattoos. It's not really Counter-Strike specific, but the skull on the
His
mouse hand.
tattoo. Yeah,
You know, that's intimidating. I mean, look at the guy.
That's true. He
I'm
means
shaking
business.
from this distance.
Right.
He's in another building.
Yeah, I can see it. He's been, I mean, he's just been so fantastic. Sweden's had kind of a decline.
Yep.
I feel like he's kind of in a Valde position, or he's just
That's a good
always
comparison.
overperforming. Overall, I have more faith in fnatic than North, probably, but still, Crims has just been playing out of his mind for so long, and it's kind of a shame. But they've got Berlin on the team. No, they've got JW, who still seems to have that form in him somewhere.
Yeah. He had some snappy op shots on Mirage this weekend.
Always a fun player to watch.
And they've got Twist. I think Twist has been keeping my eyes on him as of late.
But how scary is NRG, man? Tarek is so damn good. He's so damn good.
Do you remember that Twist's B-site Mirage hold yesterday? Where he was supposed to die to the arch push and then just snaps onto all their heads.
Yeah, 4K.
Right? So I brought up Fugly because I was talking about those consistent holds. I think that's something that Twist brings to the table.
Cash would be great.
But sorry, I interrupted you. You were talking about NRG?
Just how good Tarek is. He's such a well-rounded player. He's had experience IGLing. He is just such a calm personality. He's just super talented. He can play a star player position on MIBR. He didn't, so you know that he can take a backseat as well. And on this team, there's not a lot of room to shine because they have Cirque and Breeze, but I think they need somebody who, you know, has won a major to give them the confidence in really important matches. And all of NRG are this band of brothers that have been doing it together, slowly improving overall. But as we saw in that new Legends stage, when they tried to take it past the line, they completely choked. I feel like the player that can make the difference is Tarek. That could help out.
Fair.
I distinctly remember that one kind of unfortunate round at the end of the last NRG match that they played, where like Fugly had like kind of a misplay, and I don't know how much of the conversation comes down to that. It should be more than that, I would hope.
You'd hope.
But yeah, Tarek, I think in those moments is going to just be clutch. He's going to go out.
I like that you mentioned, you know, they've kind of been doing it incrementally, step by step as a band of brothers, because this time, you know, it's been a story all too often with Daps kind of being left out when teams think they need to take that next step. And this is his project that he has not been cut out of. I always feared that, you know, if NRG felt they needed to make roster changes, if it did boil down to that.
Well, he's himself offered to step down many times, I think.
Really?
Yeah, there was even remember at Northern Arena?
Damian Steele.
He said, like, it was not because, I don't know if it was because he was playing badly. I don't think he was even playing badly. I think he said he wanted to move into like more of a managerial position or do something else within esports.
Okay.
And stayed on the team, and ends up being like a great decision. And in fact, in some of their most high pressure situations, he's the one who was literally their star player, who was getting the highest impact. He has crazy maps sometimes. Daps is actually so sick. And then,
the god himself. I'm a pet, the coach of NRG. You know, kind of I feel like first appreciated when he was coaching Optic.
First appreciated when he was a mod on Tarek's stream, actually.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's where he came from.
Wow, and now look at this, both on screen as you bring it up.
Yeah, Tarek wanted him to come in to coach CLG.
Right, which is he got his first break at Northern Arena Montreal.
He was literally just a viewer in Tarek's stream.
See, for all of you sitting at home right now, doing God knows what.
Watching Twitch all day.
Yeah.
There's hope.
There's still a chance. There's still a chance you'll make it out. Don't give up. I remember watching your stream back in the day.
Never got modded.
No. Nope, never did. I still don't think I am.
But now we're co-casters.
Wait, no, I'm modded now, but I'm also unsubscribed. And I remember every time I come in,
how the turntables.
I get flack for that. You know? And then somebody gives me a sub because you have a great community.
Non-sub mods are pretty unaesthetic.
They are. Yeah.
You're missing an icon.
But I know I can get it for free.
Come on, hit me with the Switch Prime.
No, I give it to Vince.
Okay, fair enough.
I figure, you know, we spend enough time together, Launders.
It's true. You got nothing to prove with me. So, might be one of the last times that we see Cash.
I was thinking about that. Yeah,
There is the rework, so we don't know if Cash is just going to be brought in again. But it seems like they you know, I don't think they would want to remove a map, put a new map in, take it seriously.
Sorry.
Just messing with the flappers.
Yeah, the blinders here. I kind of enjoy being able to see a player's screen, so when he flapped those up, I was genuinely disappointed. So yes, no, you have a point. Soak up cash while we can. Our next confirmed event launchers would be DreamHack Rio, so they are using Vertigo, the updated map pool.
Yeah, we've got to learn some callouts.
Yeah. it's gonna be hard work once we get home here from Shanghai, but I accept the task, as does NRG. They'll pick up their knife round victory. They will have the choosing of the sides. Odds are they stay put. And we get this action underway.
Yeah,
the Bulgarian beast on screen, Cirque. I'm excited to see him go off. Kind of didn't have the best major performance in the world. But I think, again, once we get back to these sorts of events, once we get back into the regular circuit, the lesser prestigious events, despite this being fantastic in Shanghai, it's not a major. And so I think we may see him succeed in flying colors. Or however that goes.
I always talk about this, but like the only difference between a great player and a top player, a good player and a great player is how well they perform in circumstances. So, once the pressure's on, like that's when people really need to put up the numbers, and Cirque is no exception. He has played so well especially for his age and for how much pressure and his role,
right?
Like how much of the team is centered around him. But he's also got to be more consistent, especially as the opper, just because the op costs so much money. It's as simple as that. If you're going to take on a role that has just has so much responsibility, then you need to show up. And there's other positions where if you're not having a good game, you can hang back a little bit, be more supportive. If you're the opper, you can't just be timid.
No.
You can give the op up. That is an option. But if you are going to buy the op, if someone's going to drop it for you, if you're going to spend almost $5,000 a round on you, then you need to take on that kind of star player mentality and just straight up deliver when it's necessary. Not everybody on NRG is bought up just yet. Still USPs.
I hear a lot of all talk. They're sorting out the finer details. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Chernobyl.
You been to Chernobyl?
I have, in fact.
In real life?
Yep, I have.
I've been there online.
Oh yeah? Did some Google mapping?
Cash.
Oh, you mean on the map. All right. I thought you were doing your research. In case you ever decided to take a vacation, Launders.
Is it a good vacation spot?
It is very interesting. One of those places I think that has almost an eerie draw to it, in the sense that like if you're near it, you kind of should go, because when's the next chance you'll, be sitting in Kiev?
Sure.
Like I was. So I went. I had a great time. We were only 3 people on the tour, so it was very personalized.
Nice.
Snuck into some apartment buildings.
Made some friends.
Did some things we shouldn't have done.
Okay.
The real experience.
Did you take a look at the elephant's foot?
No.
Like the big goop of...
Oh, no. That's all sectioned off in a sarcophagus of steel. But enough about me and more about this. Counter-Strike. Whoop! Can be a finicky beast, as Tarek has just learned. Didn't get his opening pick. Brolin bounces away. And we have fnatic barreling into the B bomb site. They are wrapped upon, however. NRG with Daps towards Vent and the flank in Breezy towards main. Yeah. But did they get the retake rolling?
Breezy,
take a breath.
Yeah, Breezy's in the most important spot. And with Sunroom control, this round is pretty much over. They should just take the armor and save it. They don't have retake nades. They can't smoke B main off. They can't smoke checker off. They can't Molotov any spot on the site. They can hold for exits if they want to, but time's ticking down. 5 Ts up. This would be a stretch.
Oh, but they're looking flexible. They're going to throw 2 players in. No trade frags off of it. Cirque down.
At a certain point, you just call it. I mean, it is cash. Both sites are retakeable. B is a little bit less so retakeable, but still doable. And if you're very lucky and things fall into place, you can get those kills. But with the amount of time left over, the amount of Ts remaining, the amount of spots that were taken, how early the bomb went down, for all those reasons and more, they probably could have just taken that half armor into this round, not upgraded on some of the players they have now, and just bought some better pistols, and that's it. But fnatic will move into this round anti-eco, a couple of SMGs. They kept the high tempo on that previous round. Smoke Z here, look for the boost, take high ground, maintain those long angles, and Exist will have the first point of contact versus CTs. I don't know if he's going to clear the CT push, though. Oh, he will, yeah. Very carefully so, avoids getting dinked. and Daps will fall back. So it's kind of a stalemate. And the little aggressive play, the cute play that was tried by NRG amounts to not much, but they do get at least a little bit of information. And Breeze is also going to hear footsteps at mid.
Yeah, but he's not going to hear the footsteps that come closer. JW. Oh, man! Oh, man! Twists, true to his name, just gets whipped around, sent packing, and fnatic sent scrambling towards this B site eventually. Time not to their favor, seeing as their flanks already being pressured. NRG through A main. They just need to hold on. Tarek to the back of the site, trying to tag players with the scout. He's missed his shots so far, and that gives the chance to Brolin to create this space. That MP5 on the drive-by gets the job done. So a beautiful opening created by Breezy, but still the bomb plant's there. CZ spray from Ethan as he maintains checkers control. Keeps NRG with 1 foot forward. There's another one. Oh, the pistols. The pistols with 4. The AKs takes 1. And NRG with an upset.
Didn't even mention Ethan. I mean, first of all,
That's
Breeze.
true. All that, eh? We never mentioned Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan. You know, if anything, him and Breeze just almost equally consistent. Worth their weight in gold. Really sick stuff. That was so nuts. There's not even anything that Fnatic did terribly wrong. They even had a player to back up on the peak versus Breeze, and they both got dominated. And then Ethan just had a really nice CZ control. Knew exactly when to tap, when to spray, didn't take any damage. And then we saw it from the third-person perspective, but those couple of taps on the back of the site certainly were nice as well. And the momentum has swung back into the favor of NRG into round 3. They've got 3 AKs. The ultimate sign of opulence on the CT side. Fnatic have a couple of deagles. They have bought up. Make no mistake, they are invested into this round. They just don't have a high chance of winning it. Og to take position at the white box. And it's a pretty standard setup for the CT's 2-1-2. This is a high frag position. This is usually where you have your star player. In Cash's position, it's usually the Opper, just because of mid. Tarek comes out with the first kill, and I don't even know where that was from. Where is Tarek?
Tarek was inside of Vents.
Oh, he's outside of B. Oh, he's in Vent, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bamboozled him. So Crimson's going to get boosted upwards. Looking to make use of the AK. Tarek comes out of Vent. Now he's going to be standing on the open roof. This is either going to pay off for him.
It's a great headshot angle.
Or cost him. Crims gets the best of it. Og spray from Cirque, not going to make its mark.
This is fine. They just need to juggle around.
Yeah.
Oh, Daps is pushing for information. They know that with the B player down, if they're going to take mid, B would be open. Great move by Daps. I think he spotted the bomb.
Ooh, but now he hears the footsteps. Dropping down, just gets 1. Exists removed. And Crims is consistent.
Oh, that's a terrible smoke.
Yeah, not going to make Brolin's job any easier on the cross. But he almost gets there. Cirque peeks out from heaven, cuts him down, and Crims 1v3. 20 seconds left up, and an inevitable flank in Breeze. Here it is. Little anticlimactic as it all boils down, but it's NRG still with 3 survivors. Good chance at mid control. I do like that, you know, it's a classic on Cash. You lose mid, you push somewhere. Daps is the one who kind of took the reins, went aggressively towards B main, and almost cut off the bomb.
Yeah, and specifically just a smart site to push in that instance because they killed Twist.
Yeah.
They knew that the B player was down. And again, when a team goes back to the protocols, this is how we take mid, and they know that in their default, this is the one player to hold B, they have to leave that open. It'd be really weird for them to go and refresh that and expect the push to come from that part of the map as well. So it was just a very sensible play by NRG to make up lost ground. And now there's attention on A, but Breeze is here to shut this down. A lot of players try to run up the forklift on Ecos.
Doors opened on the reload. Nobody pulls the trigger on the push. Frag grenade, not substantial. Could have been far worse had it just banked a bit further. We had a head boost actually going on by Fnatic. They're just trying to get a vision over the smoke, looking for that one deagle shot. Because they only have one deagle, and well, it's gone. Breezy and Ethan and Cirque for the final frag. Total mow down as Fnatic tried to come outwards.
Yeah, it's a dominant round, and most importantly, they just lose nobody. Super sick stuff. Normally you have forklift mollied. It's a volatile spot. If you do fire someone out of that position, You can catch them falling back from Squeaky or from the right side of A main after the smoke comes up. There's a lot of ways to die. But on Ecos, it's very powerful, and it's also important because on the A site, you can't really spot the entirety of A main, so having someone at 4 can protect your highway player. It's another full buy up. Flash in A main, deep Molotov. Breeze, will he take the peek?
Yeah, they're going to clear up the next flash. 2 CTs come in here. They were supported by that third player, and so their entire goal was to get a player like JW out of the equation.
Yeah.
They invest a Molotov, 2 smokes, or excuse me, flashbangs.
Oh, let's get eyes on Tarek.
And they get the job done. You brought him up, and down he goes. Falls on Daps with an MP9 to defend the B site solo. Not a good look for NRG, but they do have rotators scrambling over.
No flash for him.
He's going to try to peek out, time it well. Brolin blind, and so he gets away. Cirque from the heavens gets the job done. And again, NRG, I mean, I felt like that was a stressful situation that could have been picked up by fnatic very easily, and yet it all goes to the wayside.
Yeah, they picked the right side to go to after JW got isolated in A main. They put JW in the worst position possible. He dealt with it the best he could, dropping the smoke down, but the close Molotov, the far Molotov as well, that's to shy anybody out of his spot at the back of A main that normally would help him. And so it was pretty much a checkmate. A really nice spray through the smoke from Breeze. And they just took enough time that NRG could get back into position. Daps had his help come just in time. The flash went over. It wasn't amazing, but it did blind the second guy. So the first guy he fought, he won in a pure duel with the MP9. And then the second one was blind long enough to get some damage in. And again, call for his teammates' assistance in heaven. And then after that, all the kills go their way. So lots of money made. A very clean round once again, even though it got hectic. fnatic make a smart mid-round adjustment to go B from that position, even though they had lost a man early, but now they're back on pistols. It's Deagles at the very least, but pistols nonetheless. They're kind of spread out thin. Kind of situation, I think, where you'd call a pause just to figure out what's going wrong. But you can also delay and talk on these rounds as well.
A little spam fight through the wall will net them nothing. Wary of the squeaky door, but it's all good. It's the double man boost towards middle. What do we have for a defense? Just Cirque? Sure enough. Sat back towards Z. This is going to forfeit that close white box control, and he's even going to lose his head. So things go from rough to worse.
Tarek's been abused in B a couple of times so far. Might have chance at redemption, as it seems like it's kind of this concave coming at him, but he's moved out of checkers. He's still out in the open in a little bit. This is a position we want to kind of patrol from, but he's also solo on the site, so he's going to fall back, and he's going to refresh that smoke with a Molotov and go back to checker box.
Now he's going to find the bodies in the open. Brolin first to be removed. JW second. Exist does get the best of him. And because of the smoke in the face of Daps, well, now they're so close. The threat near. Twist is going to be completely irrelevant to this gunfight towards the site. Breezy is now amidst it all. That's a back turn. Easy pickings. And now the 2 Ts to the back of the site. They trade straight away. Crims with a chance to clutch this out. But Breeze 10-2, looking for an 11th. And Crims is going to play the generator. As Breeze walks in, doesn't find the angle. Now things get weird, but he knows. He knows he's back there, and sure enough, the clutch is his.
As the 1v1 progresses, Crim's angles become greater, and Breeze's angles become less. So he's moving in, and he's taking risks by moving in, and Crims can stop him at any point. But once he gets up to the pit, and then he figures out that Crims is not going to walk around default, he knows that he's pushed himself into a corner, and that he was last known default. There's more of an advantage to Breeze because Crims has to pick between the top of default, the right side of default, or the left side of default, whereas Breeze knows he just has to look straight ahead. And so he's greatly favored in that fight, and he pretty much calculated that this is the simplest way to approach this, and it ended up being the right decision. And the only thing Crims could do is some kind of change-up, play it a little bit more aggressively, try to spam, push him back, make it seem like he's going to peek and try to delay for time, or just play a different off angle and be in a less expected position. And it looks like now, in round 7, after coming over with the close 1v1, fnatic go out for mid control. They go 1 for 1, which is big. Daps goes down, and they get the kill on Cirque. Out opping. Cirque with Twist.
Ooh, so blind. So incredibly blind.
Those are some great flashes.
And Ethan never finds eyes on the T's as they breeze past vents into the B bomb site, where Tarek holds alone. Does see the Opper, and oh my, that's nasty.
That was good.
Through the edge of the wall, takes his head right off.
Yeah, he had to shoot because he would have died. As you can see, 4 HP, one more bullet from Tarek through that wall. He would have absolutely destroyed him. So Fnatic throw chain flashes to Highway, and that's all they need to get an event. And they do it in such a fashion that for NRG, they might be able to hear stuff, but they can't be positive that Fnatic have run through the vents. I think that was the best part for them.
Not to mention Twist's 2 crucial kills. Catching Cirque inside of middle is what opened up that white box, and then, you know, it proceeded with the chain of flashbangs that so successfully countered the rotate. But then Tarek, poor Tarek, just gets blown away through the wall.
Yeah, don't mind the play. There was so much noise going on, and he was so close to the Molotov. He's like, all right, I'll take one tick of damage. I might be able to get a kill, make a play. If not, we lose the round anyway. So they could save if they want to, but they had a high chance. Well, they had maybe a 50-50 chance if he made a play of winning that round. And then this round they can still buy. So if he gets 2 kills, then they come out ahead. And it came down to Twist getting that fantastic shot to make sure that wasn't even possible. But even still, NRG have enough money to buy. Fnatic will buy as well, but they know they're going up against a fully kitted NRG. And now we'll see what their course of action will be. Flash out mid. Maybe attempting the boost. It looks like it's a boost on truck to catch white box. And there's
nice.
Oh, that was a very nice shot.
There we
He's
go.
moving quickly across Twist screen, but not fast enough. And Tarek has picked up an op. So this kind of makes up for it. Even in the 5v4, NRG are a little bit stronger than they would be. Oh, damn, dude.
Crims is a killer. Tarek sent packing and a 5 versus 3 established by Fnatic. Now that's Twist doing work in mid 2 rounds back to back. Opening kill this time, and then besting Cirque in the previous.
Yeah, this round gets a whole lot more tenuous.
It's a save call.
It's, yeah, they're basically like, all right, if it's B, then we'll overstack. But in this situation, Fnatic are gearing up for the A hit. The nades have come out. And NRG, low on money now, will take these guns into the next round. So will Fnatic search for them? I don't think it's in their best interest. It's actually Ethan to come back. Daps was the player here, so maybe he just wants to make it seem like they're fighting a little bit to make the save easier. If they are totally absent, then maybe Fnatic get a bit more curious. But these are going to be hard kills to come by. Fnatic get these ones, that'll be huge. Oh, goddamn. That's a big scalp to take. And rule of majority. There's 2 ops to be saved here, but next round it'll be basically an eco with these 2 ops. Or one hell of a risky force.
They're inching their way closer, but it doesn't seem like anyone's going to go all in on this. Bomb's about to pop off. So for NRG's sake, they keep both these snipers, and it seems as though they will. Daps with the final kill of the round, sends it off. The 8th concludes, the 9th set to begin in the buy.
They've got 2 people who can buy guns. Sir can drop one, so that's probably worth it, for the double op setup.
Good enough.
Ethan armor first, and then let's see what he can pull out. Daps has enough money. Okay, so he's going to go on the MP9. They're going to drop the AUG over to Ethan, the better, more consistent fragger, probably, so that makes sense. And Fnatic will have another attempt. This time, the reward is much greater. It might be a save here for NRG if they win this.
Ooh, man, this is ballsy. Big push into the A site. Cirque looking for an angle. Tags exist through the wall.
Ooh,
And
there's a lot of
anticipates
damage being
JW's
dealt.
jump up. Oh,
Damn.
just gets him through it. Doesn't even have to find vision, still finds the kill.
Breeze is on a big flank, and he's early.
Brolin's just stepped off. That's a sound bite for Breeze to focus in on. Twist, not spotted. That's a boost within the bomb site, and Brolin here towards Fork, completely caught off guard. 4 versus 2 advantage as that Molotov soars forward. Now it's meant to burn at the feet of the remaining T's, but Twist with a nasty angle will catch Breeze, only then to die towards Tarek. So the op's paying off. Cirque with 1, Tarek 2. 3 frags to the snipers alone as NRG secure a 6th round.
That was really sick from fnatic. They came out fast through A. They got their kill really quickly. They got the bomb down nice and early too, but Breeze on the fast flank was huge. And then Cirque, he did so much damage. They had a lot of nade damage come in early. He finished off his kill on the player boosting. He tagged the player at fork as well with his op through the wall. And then he was able to fall back. Very good target selection by him. Super safe stuff. And again, got so much damage in. They didn't know a lot about the damage they got in, but it counted towards the round win. They ultimately had to go through eliminations, and all the eliminations fell into place.
I feel like it's all too often you'll see a player like in Cirque's position where it's like he doesn't feel as though he can even get away. You know, he kind of gets stuck inside of the bomb site, tries to hold with the op up close, and ends up just being another casualty. So for him to eject, barely, just barely. Remember, Exist takes a shot to the chest through the edge of the wall. I mean, that could have been either player's demise. But nope. Keeps him up, maintains numbers, and enables Breezy's big flank. So it all works out in the 9th, and the 10th now set stagnant, in fact. NRG play close middle. That's something different with Daps.
Yeah, he was here once before, but it's such a volatile spot. You do have to roam a bit, so you can see him getting into vents. Some players like Fur, Kerrigan, they like to play just close up and sit there the whole time. And a little bit of timing going in the favor of Cirque as he spotted with the op, and now he's escorting his teammate into A main. JW, he came in, he watched it, no one pushed, and he came back to throw a nade. He tried to be safe about it with a slight shoulder peek, but I think he just got a bit unlucky.
So many smokes still at the mid-round. We're at the 35-second mark. And fnatic, they don't have a clear entrance to either side of the map. One kill towards A may have them considering their options, but just as I say that, they get themselves 2 kills. So it's going to come down to the wire, sure enough, but based on the rotations we're seeing from Daps, this could just be the free B bomb site.
I like how quickly fnatic react. You know, they get the kill, then they pick a site, and they're gone. Like contrast with FaZe, you know, they didn't have much time to make a decision, granted, but they do pick the right site, and they pick it as quickly as they can. So bomb gets planted. It's a default plant, so that means the retake is somewhat viable. The only issue is the 2 ops.
It's a valuable consideration, and one they may value too much for the retake. Mind you, they did go for like an ultra late B retake attempt in the pistol.
Yeah, stakes are a bit higher.
Yeah, not going to happen. It's just Daps floating near that had me wondering, but he's just going to play a closer position. In case fnatic come for the exit, he should catch them off guard, but Crims sees his legs. Daps?
Yeah, kind of a risky save spot.
Yeah.
But hindsight is 20/20. Crims is very smart about how he cleared that. And they have tags. They have ID'd the 2 oppers, but they're both in spawn, and they've exited the other way. So fnatic pulled out that round, and it was a round where they were 4v5. And then they got an initial kill and caught Breeze on the push. Now, Breeze dies next, which means maybe his push is justified because at that point he's 4v4. But he pushed while it was 5v4. Maybe he didn't need to be all the way through Squeaky. Maybe they could have maintained the fact that they had 2 ops and a 5v4 for a second and just been a bit more patient, but really wanted to seek out that information for whatever reason. And after all is said and done, NRG had the 2 ops and they got 3 MP9s. Look at those nades. If they were a bit better, they would have killed the target, which means it was kind of a waste of money in a sense. They had the right game plan, they just didn't execute properly.
Ooh, Daps, get out, get out. Tough spot to be in. You know, working with the MP9 already at a disadvantage. Nearly finds Crims killed.
Yeah, he does do a lot of damage.
Yeah, hit that headshot, just couldn't get the follow-up damage. And you know, recognize that even with the damage, it's not worth risking his life. That AK could have chewed right through him. It's not the case, however. We find ourselves in a 5v5.
Let's see how they deal with Cirque. Last round, JW got op by him. They know this is a risk. They know the 2 ops have been saved. And this is a free angle for Cirque to sit on. That is not going to do much.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they not have any? They had nades. Why would they do that?
Because they had pistols. Clearly, the fake flash not going to count. Cirque, on a bit of a tear, slams Exist back against the wall once the door swings wide, and he's got himself a 3rd. Single-handedly dispatching a fnatic at the moment. Brolin outbests him, and this puts Ethan's position into such question. However, because Highway is maintained, the last man slain. Crims walks outwards to his death, and the double op move forward.
There's probably a few better options they could have employed. I mean, at least throwing one flash. They could have joined it with the fake flash and try to clear that angle safely. I mean,
even could have tried to double peek it. That's what I thought they were going to do.
Jump across or
Looked
something.
like they were trying to line
shoulder
up
with a jump, something like that. But instead, he just crouch peeks into it and is like, I'm better. But no, you're not better. Sorry. And Cirque is just fine, and he has a way better gun. And they knew it was 2 ops. You know, you're really good. You'd be better off executing in that situation. You could even smoke a main off yourself to get up close and then execute behind it.
Right.
That makes your opera uncomfortable, but they didn't do anything like that. So they kind of asked for what they got.
And it was just the round previous, if I'm not mistaken, where we saw JW cut down in the same position.
Yeah.
So,
fooled me twice.
I mean, it was very obvious JW knew he was walking into a duel. All the effort he put into faking him out.
Just a bit too happy to take that fight. So, might be another B split though. Rotates are a little bit late, and fnatic act quickly. Don't know if that's going to be the same situation now. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and reclaim checker control. Daps, don't know if he's going to move into it. Looks like he just wanted info. They can sit back on the site. In terms of utility, he's got a full nade kit, so they can actually be comfortable sitting in the site, dropping a smoke down, staying around the smoke, so even if the Molotovs come out, he can jump up on the default box. But Fnatic smartly have decided to go back to A. Again, not the best guns in the world, as we can see denoted by the Deagle in the hands of JW. But they've got enough utility to execute, and they know it's 2 ops still.
NRG very kerneled on this bomb site.
Yeah, they've got no mid control and 3 players in B.
Yeah, not even a positioning on Fork either. Just very much in the plant zone, in the danger zone.
This is going to be called as soon as he threw that.
Here it comes. Door swings out. Ethan with 2. Breezy sees the bomb. Now he could just sit on it, but Brolin comes flying up Highway, and already he'll go one better. Making the most of the scoped SG. Takes that long-range duel, takes the head clean off.
Wonder why NRG gambled there.
Yeah, it's a good question.
They had 2 ops. They had 2 rifles on A, so that means they had 2 ops in B.
Which seems weird.
And they didn't have highway control. If they had an op at quad, they get a kill on highway. If they have a rifle on site like Ethan there, he gets his 2-piece kills, then Brolin dies, then they have no problem. And if you have your op at quad, you also don't need a player at mid. But they didn't have that. They had a rifler to watch mid, which is always a liability. Then they had 2 riflers in general at A, and probably had 2 of their ops in the wrong spot. And also, if it's going to be a B exec, like if you versus an exec on A or B, you'd rather have your oppers at A on an A exec, I think. At least 1. So round 1 by Fnatic. Smart. It was a smart site choice. They didn't have much information to go off of. They just knew mid was wide open, and I guess that NRG have seen that in the late round. Fnatic have mostly rerouted to B, even if they've made presence at A. So it could have been a kind of a read, but I feel like there was a better setup there that would have only strengthened both sides, based on the kind of pieces they had.
Yeah. At least split the ops, if not get them on the A site.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Mohan.
Good. If you didn't, who would? Breeze, 12-6. Not bad.
Had a super strong start, though. I feel like Cirque's kind of closed that distance, and even Ethan. I feel like Breeze was like 8-9 kills deep in the first 3 or 4 rounds. So take it with a grain of salt and just a dash of pepper.
Get all the flavors.
Still, I would say our NRG coming out, better off than not. Solid grenades.
Yeah, this is Fnatic's map pick.
Double ops up. That is also true. Yep.
And it feels like NRG on the driver's seat. Fnatic are playing from behind every round. They're still figuring it out, though.
Hanging on for the time being. Tarek dodging Molotovs and flashbangs and all sorts of goodies. Will get the best of Brolin first. Who's next at bat? Well, it's Daps. He's tucked himself away on the forward side of the bomb site, so he really needs to make sure that Tarek maintains that checkers control, but he's actually opted to move back into his initial position.
Man, this exec looked just fine, but now they took so long. They don't have Molotovs to help.
Ooh, and there's always that potential threat of the Heaven player going wide for the peak. Twists is trying to watch it, but nobody can manage the cross. The players inside of the site doing a good job until Crims catches both the heads. And Breezy, well, he's been kept inside Heaven because he fears Twist, who had just caught a kill elsewhere. Puts us into the 2v2 at the 45-second mark.
They're going to reverse boost fence.
Aha. We heard movement coming in from Heaven as well, and yep, that's it. fnatic with an avenue to run towards A. Sure, Twist gets left behind, but if you're setting up Crims to succeed, then I still think you're in a fine position.
It's totally unexpected that fnatic would try something like this, but it's a great call. NRG know that there's an op, or was an op on the B site, so it'd be a really big risk for them to just kind of barrel into B or even go for more information. So they'll get the plant down wherever they want with lots of time. And here they've just got to be NRG have to wait patiently. They don't know if the flank is coming their way or if it's going to be the A play, and they now get the memo. So they'll move out to mid. Cirque will take first contact. Twist is there to spot with an op, and that's the other big boon for them. There's no way for them to know how fnatic are going to play the in 2v1, because once they get the bomb down on the A site, it's understood that fnatic could be anywhere.
If I'm not mistaken, we're looking at a 2v5, at least a 2v4. Yeah, there you go. Twist just being the difference maker. I mean, Crims with those stellar headshots. He was so caught off in no man's land as he was trying to cross over to the site. You know, Tarek and Dabs, I think, did a great job of just forcing fnatic's hand, making them be so exposed on their attempt to the bomb site. But then Twist gets the kill on the, I believe it was the vent push. And that was the difference maker, right? You know at that point that avenue is clear, and they counteracted it by using it themselves. Ejecting the bomb towards the A site, nabbing a bomb plant, grabbing the round, and putting NRG into a precarious position. It's just the 5 USPs for them. They're going to go with the Hail Mary rush towards B main. Exist on the other side will pick up a kill and 2 assists. Thanks to Twist. Daps, last man up. And no success found for NRG here in the 14th round. It's looking like 7 apiece. And the turning point, that 1 round difference, anybody's to grab in the final round of the first half.
Yeah, who knows who's going to win this one. NRG look good, fnatic look good in spots. Feels like fnatic are adapting more and more as the rounds roll on, and NRG's individual plays have cooled off a little bit, so it's going to be a full buy-up for both sides. And Cirque, does he have enough money to get an op? It seems like, I don't know if it's been dropped already, but he's down to 3,700, so maybe it's just a rifle in play. Yeah, that'll be strange for NRG. They've been relying on this 2-op setup. The mid-rounding has been where fnatic shined, especially in that 2v5 situation. It was a very legitimate 2v5, honestly.
Yep.
Played it very smart. A push out to B to get information early. Sunroom control is massive. It's not so easy to come by, but with the appropriate smokes, you can go for it. In this situation, they tried to feign that they were doing a regular B hold, but it was a B main smoke to pop in their face. And they lose a player early. Daps goes down, they lose control, and NRG will fan out for rotates. They have evacuated B. They're effectively pulling the goalie to try to strengthen other parts of the map. At least now they have a faster flex rotate. That was the smoke to try to take Sunroom control. So we can see Brolin, he's got his eyes on Sunroom. He doesn't know if they've pushed. And even though they aren't there, that smoke is good enough to delay so that he has to clear angles now. There's so much value in that smoke. I love it.
fnatic postured so hard towards B main, but
not a good spot once that squeaky door swings open. But Exist, he's not even going to clear it, it seems. Oh, and Breeze supports him.
Now with the trajectory on the nades, they know that there's another on A main, and Ethan scoops him up from above.
They know what the deal is.
Yeah. Tarek wary, that's just going to confirm it. Sees the utility.
Will someone get in position for his B main flash?
Yeah, should come through Heaven soon, but doesn't. So Crims uncontested.
Oh yeah, Breeze is the only one with the flash, needs big flank.
Yep. So he'll eventually arrive, but by the time he does, there may not be many survivors. Crims is on a tear. Breezy down for the count. The headshot so crisp here as fnatic close out the first half. It is Ethan and Ethan alone. Down he goes. Twist's op seals it off. And I feel like that's just been the core of this T side. Crims, Brolin, and Twist doing the heavy lifting to get themselves that 8-7.
As it should be, for
Yeah.
sure. You know, they've been the ones everybody's been talking about, drawing narratives around, and for good reason. All the talent is right there. Fnatic closely close out that half. It seems like this map is far from over. You can totally see NRG taking this and then having a huge advantage in this best of 3, obviously. But it feels like even if Fnatic win this map now, it's going to be tough. NRG are on point. Some great adjustments we saw in that half.
Any standout plays, moments, players that you feel like we should note before the second one gets going?
I think Breeze was particularly good in a lot of spots. I mean, that pistol round between him and Ethan was fantastic. In terms of kills, it's, I don't know, who had to play the
I'm going to say
play of the half?
Crims. Crims and
Crims?
Twist to
Okay.
me, because they were, I feel like
That
they were,
2v5, yeah.
the 2v5 really got it going. And then just anytime we saw kind of Fnatic in a situation where it looked like they were losing some steam, it was those two to pick it all up. Ethan comes jumping backwards out of mid, flies down into the checkers, pops the noggin of Twist as JW picks up 2. Brolin, fire at his feet, forced into the open for Breeze to chew through. So 3 versus 3 bomb plant down. Big flank coming in from Crims eventually, and Tarek is wary of it. His attention could be drawn towards the site if the first fight unfolds in said direction, but now that Crims is here, he knows he has to kill him first, and he loses the duel. So it's Ethan now, left alone, aware of Crims,
Oh, damn.
and so crisp. He takes him. Bomb plant for him. Obviously a fake as he takes the shot. Exist drops down, and now he knows.
Oh,
he
this
knows
is
the
nice
player's
for
off
him.
the defuse too. Ethan's gonna run, try to dodge the shots and stay alive long enough to win the round, which I believe he has. He's got it. Ethan Arnold wins the pistol.
Wow, well done. That bomb needed to be stuck. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. It basically had to rely on Exist, but Exist was in such a tough position. Now, the thing was, yeah, the bomb was tapped by the player who didn't have the kit, so it would have been a 10-second defuse. So I guess he didn't have a choice. They really just needed to kill him, and Exist needed to get on the bomb. Basically, they needed to swap places like Freaky Friday and make sure that it was not Exist trying to take the duel to try to delay for time. Ethan played that smart, and it felt like after Tarek died, they were going to lose that pistol for sure. But a 1v3 in the books. 8-8 now for NRG. They move into another anti-eco. Familiar territory. A great nade, I thought? Oh, no, I guess they're just all in A main. Or just, sorry, Daps is, or Ethan is in A main.
No, I thought that grenade was going to be chunky too.
It felt like there was like 3 players there, and they all disappeared.
They dispersed
Ninjas.
in a puff of smoke. And where they'll go, Fnatic don't know, but it seems to be this B site. This is almost entirely vanilla outside of JW's Kevlar. And obviously the frags that we saw miss the mark.
Imagine if Brolin just stopped this.
Just solo B bomb site hold, USP, no problem. Well, he's tucked away in the cubby for now.
NRG, not a lot of info. As you can see, they're kind of flipping between angles, not exactly sure where they want to go, but they've got an advantage on whatever side it is. Oh, Brolin's going to flank. Oh, you can't blame him. Would have been a lot of money for him. But it was all just a bait at the end of the day. JW gets his 1 kill, but it's on the only SMG of the round. The lowest value gun has been recovered.
Yeah, that's disappointing. Not as disappointing as Brolin's experience, but
That was the ultimate blue balls.
still a head hanger nonetheless. JW tucked away to the right side. Twist is inside of vent. He's going to fall down into Cirque's lap. And J-Dubs is going to follow suit. Sure enough. 13-9. Ethan really putting in the work now. I think he has surpassed Breeze, or no, not yet. 2 kills the difference, but he definitely caught up, because remember, Breezy was there so early on.
Who's got more kills at the end of the match, Breeze or Cirque? Or
Ethan.
Breeze or Ethan?
Ethan.
All right, I'll take Breeze.
All right. What are we wagering?
There it is, our own HLTV Fantasy League.
Ooh, we don't need them.
Who needs, yeah, HLTV?
Actually, I do need you, HLTV.
I know, I heard that Fantasy League is sick, and I'm going to get in there.
Right. When are we getting invited to HLTV confirmed?
I have been. Not to brag, but
Wow. All right, you cast this. All right, I'm out.
it was actually just to replace someone who was sick, I think. But yeah. So it is a rifle round. Daps rebought to Mac 10. We saw he lost that. Crims gets the opening duel, but the kills go down at A, and it's the T's to come out ahead. The bomb can go down safely. There is a smoke that they don't have to refresh quite yet. They do have Cirque who has one, and Molotovs. They've done a ton of damage to JW, so the health advantage is in no one's favor. But with the utility, the site being at A, you'd think NRG can win this.
If there was a frag grenade on fnatic, they could just blow open the bomb site.
They refreshed that. They refreshed that site smoke too. That is a unwelcome sign. You are not welcome. A is closed.
Get out.
Get out.
Go away.
Fnatic are in the sunken place.
And they'll abide. They'll keep up the 3 weapons they hang on to. A classic trio nowadays. A nice melange of M4s and an AUG.
That's true. No other time in history.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it's cool. It feels like there's a very healthy amount of AUGs versus M4s being bought.
Yep.
I haven't played enough to like use the AUG. I just don't like how it sounds and stuff. But like at a pro level, it's totally different. You know.
I love that we've queued this to the replay.
Yeah.
That is a splatter of disappointment on the floor of checkers.
Unluku Maluku.
Next up, even more variation in the buy. We got a scout thrown in it. Crimson a scout can be deadly. So don't blink or you may miss it. Existential position close with JW's support over the shoulder. Ethan playing with the idea of a potential A main push, but that's not the case. The A defense is a solo scout with Crims sat back on the bomb site.
They've got very strong control of mid and B. So A is open. This is like the more common CT setup that I think covers more options. They're happy to fight at mid, but they can also flex rotate to B. They can peek in and out from vent. They've got one person close up to take on a lot of the work. If it is going to be a mid take early on, I personally like the setup the most, and A is the most retakeable. So they have one person here, and he can spot, make sure that no one can sneak out to highway, so he can protect his teammate. And the highway player can also help him at A. There's not actually an easy way to win this round for NRG, but there are multiple avenues that are pretty good chances.
Ooh, just dodging the grenades.
Yeah, that's a lot to bait out.
Yep.
That was 2 Molotovs, right?
Not bad at all. Considering that the rest of NRG are now, priming themselves for this A execute that will not have the incendiaries in terms of a response. It's a big place to be. Gonna get closer and closer, JW. He's gonna hold position on Fork. Smoke grenade goes down, classic blocking of the cross. Daps looks to make that space, charges inwards, and Crimson's scout just can't get it done. JW to trade frag it back. Ethan inside of middle, trying to get kills of his own, or at least just buy time for the bomb plant to come through. 4 seconds left as it does go down, and there is the round. NRG will win based on frags. Ethan doing good work towards middle there, just serving as a distraction. Kind of disabling Fnatic in the sense that they couldn't get over towards that A site where they most certainly wanted to be. Even if they could get up highway, spam through smoke, they had an opening that Ethan prevented from taking.
Now we'll move into round number 20. It's going to be basically a full eco. Crims has a scout in hand, and they'll try to get as much damage as they can, but NRG starting to walk away with things. Some early damage done to Cirque. So 2-man setup, JW close up with the Zeus. Cirque will get away clean. One player dedicated on site. Doesn't seem to be a real plan for this round for Fnatic. They're kind of playing it by ear. They've got the Deagles up in different locations, roaming a little bit, looking for those opening kills as they can find them. NRG scouting for information, playing an anti-eco as you should. 1 man at B, 1 holding a checker push. Make sure there's no funny business. A main is covered as well. And there's no one spotting A main, but they're just waiting for anything. Reverse boost truck. Whatever Fnatic will give them. So what you'll normally see from here is they'll just simply pick a site. There's no kills that come their way. They'll just group up and hit something. It's on Fnatic. They've got to pick a random gamble. But They decided to go out for the late mid control. Worked out quite well. They get info on everything close up as well as the name tag on JW.
Now they transition to the B hit. They're going to use Ethan as that anchor. Just like in the previous round where he was locking down the white box cross, this time he's going to block off vent. So allowing his teammates to focus full-fledged forward. There it is, Twist caught as he tried to get into the bomb site itself. Brolin going to be all alone, pinched by 3, and understandably taken out of the round.
Very methodical, very simple, very sensible.
Calculated.
It was nice that the way they took mid. Very simple Molotovs. It didn't cost a lot of money. It was $800, and then they put one person over boost, and then they basically use him to scout. They take their time, and once they get that info, they get the kill. Then picking a site's a lot easier. Getting the 5v4 is kind of all they need. If it's a 5v5, they pick a site. It's a little bit more risky. They're probably going to be sweating a bit, but with that one kill, it makes things very, very simple. They can also always put on the threat of a split. So let's say there was like CTs and checkers. Well, now all of a sudden those CTs and checker can't just sit and on a trained angle watching B main. They have to be worried about the vent, even if NRG were never going to use the vent in the first place. And now we'll have another round where I believe NRG, or sorry, fnatic will have enough money to buy. I think, I would hope, potentially, maybe.
We'll get that HUD back, and we'll find out. The suspense is killing us.
We're going no HUD. This is extended no HUD territory.
There we go.
Yes,
yeah, you're right.
Very good.
Calculations.
Two ops. The smoke misses his mark a little bit, so they have to wait out the Molotov. They want to go for the fast through the smoke play.
Oi, oi, Brolin. Ready for that push. He's blinded straight thereafter. Molotov's going to not force him into the open. It actually goes to the separate corner. So he's still floating around.
That smoke missing the mark threw everything out of whack. Breeze came flying over the boost, but it was off of the timing of a flash that joined the smoke. So, you know, he's going with the correct timing, but because the boost was slowed down in the first place, the flash did nothing, and that's why he looked kind of foolish just falling out of the sky and getting killed. But he's supposed to be going into blind targets, or targets that are turning their back at least.
Ooh, they haven't looked down. Look down, Ethan. Brolin just tucked away still. Calling, of course, that they're near. Wow, there you have it, Tarek. He's going to fall prey to the position. Ethan now regrets not thoroughly clearing it. They'll use the Molotovs to try and force him out, but he's found safety still. He's fine. This is going to leave NRG scrambling back into the A site. JW's ready, over towards quad, scoped up.
Oh, big find. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, the fork player's down. That's going to give space to Ethan, but still he is dropped. Daps going to struggle to cross and even see what's going on. He's being pummeled by bullets at this point, and he knows he's screwed. Just wants to die before time expires. So 3 rounds the difference now. fnatic have nabbed a 9th, and it comes off the back of a double op play, and most notably, Brolin going unchecked close boost.
Yeah, that was a little weird, you know, the way that NRG approached mid. Obviously, things didn't go as planned. The smoke molly interaction is hard to... It's hard to account for every kind of molly that's thrown. Even if it's thrown just slightly off the mark, the smoke won't extinguish it fully. But if the smoke lands in the right place, it'll extinguish a molly that it didn't land directly on top of. So maybe they should have just canceled the play, but instead they go for it. Here on this round, Twist opens up with a very confident pick with the op dropping out of heaven right in the face of Cirque. B main smoke pops in his face. They're throwing their own aggressive B main smoke, but they've got Tarek on the op to try to make amends. Early 5v4 for fnatic, very strong position to be in. No NRG have given up on this fight as well at B. So they'll have to look for a new avenue of finding this kill. And Ethan, even though he has to readjust, he gets better of Crims. Very nice stuff.
He's gonna put the oh no.
Okay.
Whoops. Steps back into his demise.
Who you felt like didn't deserve that kill?
Yeah, that's to even it out. But now the fire is going to be a problem for Exist too. Just uncomfortable in his positioning. Still, the T's are so close to the smokes, and the counter terrorist's just right there. Hell of a shot from Tarek. Daps doubles down onto Exist, but there's still a player on quad. There's still Twist back here, and he's trying to find cover, trying to dodge Daps. He does, as he takes down Tarek. But does he know? Does he know that Daps is close? Absolutely. Beautiful wraparound by Twist. Gets fnatic their 10th round, double digits secured, and with a smile, he will take his win. Amazing that he managed to stay standing.
Yeah, all kinds of nice movement in that round. Really sick from Tarek to jump up on fork like that, just barely avoiding the Molotov and then hitting what was either a quick or no scope. And then Twist, great movement around quad, remaining this imposing threat that it felt like NRG or Daps specifically didn't want to have to deal with. And then that ended up getting his teammate killed. Probably needed to speed up that play a little bit to make it a 2v1 in their favor. But instead, Twist takes matters into his own hands, and NRG lose that round. So fnatic get up to double digits as well. Kill distribution somewhat tight. Exist slightly lagging behind. And yeah, 2 rounds the difference. Still unclear to me. I don't know about you. Who's going to win the map?
It's kind of in the air at this point. We've got. I feel like we've got Twist really coming to life here with Crims, and if you've got Twist with Crims, then you have a solid core for fnatic to work off of. I think money's still a bit wonky though for fnatic. You know, that to me is the question mark. Like if NRG break through this economically, then I think they might just close out the match.
Yeah, that's true. Even though fnatic won that round, they won it with 2 players. They spent all of their money here. The NRG have such a big bank to work through. They haven't actually put all of their buys, as we saw, so they're going to eat through some of that right now. Yeah, this is huge. I don't know about rounds in a row at the moment, but everybody's worked through basically everything they've got. In fact, fnatic have a slight bit advantage now after all is said and done. And Tarek's on the Galil. He does love the Galil, but that doesn't change how good the gun is. Standard default here in the closing rounds of the game, a boost that fnatic used versus NRG in the first half. We're seeing from NRG themselves, but it doesn't seem like they're going to get a kill off of it. How long will they hold? They're centering the round around this for the meantime. They haven't done much scouting yet. There is a player close mid once again. This time it's JW, or is that name in? Where is he? Yeah, sorry, he's just behind A main. Let's see if they do a better job of fishing this player out. They're certainly going to be aware of it. Brolin hopefully handed him the cliff notes. Yeah, they Molotov it, but then they don't clear it after they Molotov it.
And it was Ethan up here last time too. There you go. No? Ho ho! Ethan, look down, damn it!
I don't know if he would at this point. Oh. Yikes. Again, it's going to come back to bite them. JW lines up 2 bodies, and he even nails himself a 3rd. Bomb included. Oh, that Molotov just didn't spread far enough to force his feet into the open. So he'll go one better. 4K for J-Dubs. That's sick. Last bullet in that last kill, and
wow.
A clean spray down. Fantastic 4K from JW, but you have to question the Molotov. I have questions just about why he threw it, because it was a running throw. So it's going to be incredibly hard to be consistent if you're going to running throw, bank it off of such a small piece of the metal. But it seemed like, because you could just bounce it off the wall, and it would land right in the corner.
Right.
So it seemed like that Molotov was specifically to get more coverage or to cover 2 spots. And maybe it's easy to miss slightly, and that's what happened. But he would have been better off, obviously, just having someone Molotov under the pipes and then using his Molotov the standard way against the wall. I'm not exactly sure. He also might have not noticed the metal hanging in front of him, and he was just simply aiming at the wall. That's another thing that we maybe missed. But that puts fnatic back in the power position. Very important round for JW, just light up. And NRG have 12 rounds now, but they probably won't be in the lead next round, and their money's not in a great place. So it's a deco for them.
That point I made about the money and the fact that fnatic could just get smashed, well, that's all out the window now. That round right there is a crucial turning point. So don't forget it anytime soon. The 23rd was JW's through and through. Daps through the smoke. Gonna try to challenge Truck Wall. Maybe just get off the plant. Not even. Twists will pluck him from the sky. And, well, we're all tied at 12 rounds apiece now. We're going to get NRG back in with a purchase of their own, not bolstered by a bomb plant, but still good enough for guns and utility aplenty too.
They'll give it their best shot. Let's see if they move into a standard default once again. They're having a lot of trouble working on mid. It's just not their forte. They've given up a couple of very important rifle rounds like really recently, and I wonder if they want to try it again. Knowing that the CTs are there, you have an advantage as a T's working on mid control. You've got high ground, you can throw your nades over top of it. CTs later in the round like to leave mid sparse. They don't like to re-smoke mid. JW though, he's made his move out towards Squeaky and got an opening kill really early. Rotates are coming in. With mid control for the CTs, they can easily rotate to help out, but that was a great flash on Brolin. This opens up the B site dramatically, and an op shot. Missed. Twist also goes down in heaven.
There you go. Can't get back away. Now it does exist with a kill of his own, and JW burns Breezy alive. Exist doubles back from Vent, gets away, ejects out of the gunfight, and as this smoke fades, it's replenished. Cirque on the cross barely gets over. It's a bomb plant, sure, but it's awkward.
It's awkward. Daps is in a very tough spot. I mean, there's someone in CT, and someone on B, and he knows that there's a big flank. Yeah, so I don't know if he's been spotted, but he's probably going to be first to die.
He's still at least fully health, of course, being Daps. Which duel does he take first? B main, Vent, or the potential for the CT push? That's the one that comes out. JW.
Holy smokes, JW.
Gets both kills. He is on point at the moment. And I made this as we switched over, right? And I said that we had Crims and we had Twist coming together to really be that core. Well, if we're going to throw JW into the mix with 2 4K rounds now, almost back to back.
Huge rounds too, I mean rifles.
Right. Pivotal turning points for fnatic, and JW's name is plastered all over both. So yeah, it's about time we take a pause.
3 rounds in a row for fnatic. Very meaty rounds as well. 2 rounds, 1 at mid. This one, they pick up the pieces at B. They're pretty much no trouble. And NRG's T side is slipping a little bit. They haven't really tested A all that much. They could have a much better shot at mid if they just mollied correctly, which is kind of the sad part.
Yeah.
It's not that hard for them to do. They're just kind of messing that up. So I wouldn't be mad if they tried that again. Don't think that's a bad strategy. They're simply getting taken advantage of by a player that they know is there. And then, but JW on that round, just so active. He gets his kill pushing Squeaky, and then his next kill at mid, and then his next kill in Vent.
Yep.
To help versus the B push. So, I mean, that's sick. It's not static. They're not just being handed to him.
Flying across the map. And fnatic looking to bring it back. There was a time where NRG seemed to be leaps and bounds ahead. No longer the case. They are in with a buy. No op to the T side, but we do have one for Twist.
You wonder if they would want to save in this situation or half buy so that they can have an op, but yeah, they're going to work on mid one more time. There's actually no one close up here. They know that fnatic will, or NRG will probably expel too many resources because they're afraid of it. Tarek gets an opening kill and checker control, though, very early. Yeah. However, he oversteps a bit, goes cross checker, gets taken out, and it's 4v4. Rotate comes out. They probably could have milked this a bit more.
Crims hears that door swing, knows that he's alone, so calls for some cover. And it comes in the form of Exist on Truck. Ethan dropped by Crims. Cirque can trade it though. AK gets the best of him. Breeze through smoke, dies to JW, and a player has actually crouched his way into the site. That's Exist. Just being sneaky, but Cirque from the top rope gets the headshot and puts down the smoke. It's temporary cover, but it'll get the job done. He falls down into the forklift. Molotovs the truck to prevent any further aggression from Twist, and sure enough, that should send him packing.
This round could absolutely be the game. Oh, and Cirque repositioning up to heaven again. Could be a good move. Daps low, 1 HP.
1 HP, and he's caught. Now JW is going to come out clearing beneath, not anticipating Cirque having gone back up to the top side and down once more. He is just dancing around these CTs. fnatic, however, still have the round. Twist gets the best of him. The defuse too simple. It's 14 for fnatic.
Man, Cirque could have probably just crouched behind Fork there and just delayed. He knows how much time was left on the bomb. He knows that Twist can't kill him unless he pushes up. He could have just crouched, looked down. He got off of Heaven, which was the important play, I thought.
Yep, getting back down the second time.
Twist was happy to fight there. He was going to go tap the bomb, and yeah, Cirque would have had to run around to go get him. But if he did that and he pushed the full 5 seconds, Twist probably can't get back on the bomb even if he gets the kill. So I'm surprised Cirque makes that play, tries to end the round early when he probably had it locked up. But to each his own, I suppose. And fnatic at 14.
Wow, aggression. Just charging out through middle. It's going to get traded back by Brolin. That could have been a double kill. I mean, you saw how close the headshot was. But Breeze cannot best him. JW, one of 2 offers here for fnatic, positioned in the back of quad, is going to be met by a Molotov. He will extinguish it. And he's got the space to work with, so he cuts down Tarek first. And then Daps and Cirque will combine for 2 kills between the 2 of them.
Ooh, another 2v2.
These are the tipping points.
Oh.
Good prediction on the position.
It was a 1v1 last round. It's been expensive for fnatic. This game is not over, and again, really stupid mistakes that have lost energy their rounds, especially at mid. So, gonna count fnatic out of this one. Twist knows that money's not high enough for him to take this risk, this liberty of trying to win maybe a 30% round on this 1v2, even though he's been fantastic. 22 and 12 in the match, and it's so close too. He's barely died. Looks like we might go the full distance on this map. Ah, that's not a kill you want to give up, but Taps did have to get out of the site. So I guess for NRG, at least they win with the bomb plant. That gets them a little bit more money, and Cirque is going to go back and get the op. No, doesn't get it. That would have been a big find. Another round where they go 1 for 1 too early in the opening kills. NRG with Tarek on B got a kill. He died on this previous round. It was Breeze to run out mid. No support with him, but he had a great spawn, so he went ahead and took that. Almost got the second kill, but went 1 for 1. And then it leaves the rounds a little bit more up in the air. Cirque does eventually afford the op. Goes to the op shot, and damn, the timing was good. Oh, the second shot's better.
All right, we see you.
Brolin is that much easier to kill now if they want to go for mid. He's also only got a UMP.
Yes, but where is he standing?
In an unmollyable position. An absolutely unflushable position.
Doesn't seem like they're going to apply any more pressure for the time being.
Why waste time? Especially if you're going to go back to mid. So if they want to bait out some utility, they got nothing in response.
Ooh. Frag eventually, but it doesn't hit the mark. Tarek anticipates the flank. There's no aggression to B main. Brolin not looking likely that he will even flank mid. In fact, now that I think about it, fnatic haven't even really had to push either side of the map. We haven't had A main control for them, nor B main.
That's true.
Right? They've just been sitting in their defaults, and they've been contently picking up rounds because of it.
That's a great flash. And it's going to tell fnatic so much. Their suspicion is that it's A and they're correct.
Flash exists. Down he goes. Daps, 4 HP.
Ooh.
Standing on shaky legs as Cirque swaps over to the AK, sees the body just on the edge of the smoke, and Crims, well, Crims is still standing. Drops the bomb carrier, furthest one, and now it is Cirque alone. Down he goes. JW with the op will best him, and fnatic find 15.
Yo, Crims with the 4-piece. That was so
Nasty.
nice. He was low, too. I mean, I thought the first guy, no, he wasn't low, but the first guy comes out with low HP. That kills just to get the information on exactly where he's standing, and then the second guy melted like butter in a microwave.
What are you putting that butter on?
Nipples. My own.
You're a freak. And Ethan, well, Ethan's looking to get weird too. Flies out through mid, but not far enough to walk into the scope. And then once JW knows he's there, he doesn't hit a shot. But the Molotov, oh, not going to do it either. Ethan gets himself back safely into mid.
Ooh, Crim's gonna be able to see this, right? Oh, oh, damn, Crims, let's go.
Doesn't expect the third one, so Cirque will still get him, but it's a great initial play from Crims. He has set up fnatic to close out their map choice 16-13. A 4v3 on the A bomb site is what we've got to unfold. JW's op hits its mark yet again, and it's Exist to come in from quad with a 2-piece. 3 survivors in the final round. Look at the turn of events on that CT side. We had 5 in a row from NRG on the offense. We're thinking to ourselves, Launders, all too easy. And that's what we got in the first half as well. You know, 5 of the 6 rounds in the first half, NRG. 5 of the first 5 in the second half, NRG. And that accounts for 10 of their 13 rounds total. So solid turnaround there from fnatic, just closing out both halves and convincingly on the CT side.
Gotta love it, man. That game just started to get good.
Woo!
It's my first time
And
I
it's
hyped
over.
up today. Yeah, and it's all over. So fnatic pick up their map pick.
Yeah.
Crims looks super sharp in those last couple of rounds. JW too. And we've got more for you. We've still got 2 more maps that I honestly believe NRG are favored in. But after seeing that ending, there's still hope for fnatic. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for map 2.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.